In this video, we will talk about the simple past tense. We use the past tense to talk about something that happened in the past or before now. Maybe it happened 5 seconds ago, or a year ago, or 2 days ago. Here is a timeline. Here is the present, or now. Here is the future, or later. Here is the past, or before. Today, we're focusing on the past. For regular verbs, we usually form the simple past tense by adding ed or d to the end of the base verb. For example, I watched a movie yesterday. We add ed to the verb to watch to make it past tense. Thompson baked cookies 2 days ago. We add d to the verb to bake to make it past tense. Now notice that bake already ends in e, so to form the past tense, we simply add a d. The last 2 sentences used regular verbs, meaning that you can form the past tense simply by adding ed or d at the end of the base verb. There are a few other rules that apply, but I won't get into all of those details in this video. Irregular verbs, however, are a bit different. You don't add an ed or d at the end of the base verb to form the past tense. There are many different examples of irregular verbs. The more you encounter these verbs, the more you'll remember them and recognize them. Here are a few of the more common ones. The past tense of to go is went. The past tense of get is got. The past tense of to give is gave. Come, came. Speak, spoke. Sleep, slept. Feel, felt. Leave, left. Buy, bought. Think, thought. Read, read. Notice that the past tense is spelled the same as the base form, but it's pronounced differently. The past tense is pronounced like the color red. The past tense of to tell is told. Spend, spent. Send, sent. Now these verbs here are different because just like to read, the past tense is the same as the base verb. The past tense of cost is cost, as in, last year, our trip cost over $100. The past tense of cut is cut. I accidentally cut myself on the knife. The past tense of quit is quit. I quit my job a few months ago. The past tense of to sleep is slept, as in, she slept early yesterday. When you're not sure what the past tense of a verb is, you can always look it up in the dictionary. The most irregular of them all is the verb to be. All verbs in the past tense stay the same regardless of the subject. For example, the past tense of to live is lived. This stays the same regardless of your subject. For the verb to be, the past tense changes depending on the subject. I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, you were, they were. We use was for a singular subject, meaning just one. We use were for a plural subject or more than one person, and also for the subject pronoun you. Here is an example sentence. You were sick last night. The next thing I want to talk about is how to make these verbs negative. If we're talking about the past tense and we want to make the verb negative, we can use the following pattern. Add didn't or did not before the base verb. For example, I didn't live in France, not I didn't lived in France. I didn't go to the party, not I didn't went to the party. Did is what we call an auxiliary or helping verb. When you conjugate it, you don't need to also conjugate the main verb. Did and the main verb go together and function as one unit. Did is already in the past tense, so we don't need to also make the base verb past tense. If you look at the previous examples, I didn't live in France, the didn't is the past tense already, so we don't need to also make live past tense. For the verb to be, we just add not. For example, I was not there, or I wasn't there. You were not in the choir, or you weren't in the choir. For questions in the past tense, we can use the same pattern we talked about earlier. If you want to ask a question in the past tense, start with the auxiliary or helping verb, did, didn't, or did not, then add the subject, I, you, we, etc., a proper noun, etc., and then add the base verb. Just a reminder, a proper noun is the name of a person, place, or thing. So let's try an example. Did she go to school yesterday? So in this example, did is the auxiliary verb, she is the subject, and go is the main verb. It follows this pattern of did plus subject plus main verb. It would be incorrect to say, did she went to school yesterday? You've already made the verb past tense by using did, so it would be redundant or repetitive to make the main verb also past tense. Did you take the trash out last night? Not, did you took the trash out last night? Didn't she go to work? Not, didn't she went to work? Okay, let's go through some practice questions. Let us conjugate the verbs in the following sentences in the past tense. You can pause the video before each question to give it a try. Let's begin. Yesterday, to go to the park to play soccer with my friends. Notice that the sentence begins with yesterday, so this is an event that happened in the past. So, to go is one of those irregular verbs we talked about earlier. That means we don't add ed or d to the end to make it past tense. The past tense of to go is went. So the sentence should be, yesterday, I went to the park to play soccer with my friends. Next question. Melinda and Zach to enjoy a delicious dinner at the new restaurant downtown. Enjoy is a regular verb, meaning that we can add ed to the end to make it past tense. Again, many verbs make sense when you add ed to the end, but the only way to really confirm if you're not sure is to consult a dictionary. With practice, you'll figure out which verbs are regular and which aren't. So the past tense of enjoy is enjoyed. Melinda and Zach enjoyed a delicious dinner at the new restaurant downtown. Next question. The concert to start at 8 p.m. and to end around midnight. Both start and end are regular verbs, so we can add ed to the end of each verb. The sentence should be, the concert started at 8 p.m. and ended around midnight. So in this lesson, we talked about the simple past tense. Here is a summary. You can download it as a PDF.